You crossed the line first, sir. You squeezed them. You hammered them to the point of desperation. And in their desperation, they turned to a man they didn't fully trust.
Criminals aren't complicated, Alfred. Just have to figure out what he's after.
With respect, Master Wayne, perhaps this is a man that you don't fully understand either. A long time ago, I was in Burma. My friends and I were working for the local government. They were trying to buy the loyalty of tribal leaders by bribing them with precious stones. But the caravans were being raided in a forest north of Rangoon by a bandit. So we went looking for the stones. But in 6 months, we never met anybody who traded with them. One day, I saw a child playing with a ruby the size of a tangerine. The bandit had been throwing them away.
So why steal him?
Well, because he thought it was good sport. Because some people aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
The fact that we were able to do that with a straight face.
It was hard.
That was hard.
It was so hard.
You had a big undertaking there. I'm just like trying to not break.
I know. I was like,
And you're just like powering through. I'm just like, oh man, oh god, I'll hold out if you hold out. Okay.
You know what's
funny?
funny?
What?
They're talking right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, this is starting to look a lot similar. But now we're not at that point of the movie.
No.
That's where I was like, wait. Oh no.
No, that's there.
No, but anyway.
We are
D&D.
also called
Drink and Dried.
I'm
Not
Jackson.
the game. The show.
Yes, and
Not
I'm Jackson.
Not the other show.
you're?
The Drink and Dried show.
The Drink and Dried show instead of D&D talks D&D.
Yeah.
That's our other
That's our
side
other
show.
You should check it out.
Yeah,
We talk about D&D stuff.
yeah,
Have
we
fun.
do. Pretty fun.
So yeah, Jackson.
Yes,
Angel speaking.
yes, it is.
And we're
Today-
Drink and Dried. Today we're gonna watch Batman: The Dark Knight. Our
Coming
favorite.
out an episode in the year 2008.
Yeah, it was 2000. Jesus Christ, it was 2008.
It
how
seems
old
it
this
seems
movie?
too old, you know.
It seems too old, but I don't know. It doesn't
But like it's
feel
such a
that old.
It's such a
'Cause-
monumental movie that you're just like, it came out a few years ago, and then you're just like, oh.
I feel like it really just showcased the world of Batman is pretty complicated, and even for it just taking place in a single city, it's pretty big. The scope of it feels pretty big,
Yeah.
and I guess it just shows like Batman's character. It's also very complex and layered.
It's a very big movie,
Yeah.
but right now we won't talk about the movie.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna go into the segment called Quick Catch Up.
ketchup. Bring.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
All right. Yeah.
What's up with you, my homie?
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
Well, okay, so I'm doing good. Last week, over the weekend, I went to go celebrate a friend's birthday.
Ooh, fiesta.
Yeah, Friday, and it was good. You know, we had fun. We went
Just
to the
good?
bar. Thing is,
Remove your keys.
yeah. The thing about my weekend,
It was wild.
it had some hiccups,
Oh, okay.
car related.
And I have not heard about this.
No,
Yes.
this is your first honest
My first time hearing
it. Yeah, because we've both been pretty busy over the week, I guess, and we just haven't caught up.
Did you lose your keys again?
No, okay.
Okay.
So Friday, I had parked. It was in this like nicer apartment area, and there's like visitor parkings.
Okay.
So I had parked my car right,
You got towed.
Yeah, I got
Oh.
towed at like what, middle of the night, and it sucked because it was all the way over like a 40-minute drive to go and get my car. I'm just like, oh shit. But thankfully, my friend was really cool
Yeah.
and had offered me some money to go and get that out.
How much was that?
It was $200.
Oh,
It's pretty nasty.
that's
It was
not
pretty
good.
nasty. No. It basically followed me into the rest of the weekend though, because
You got towed again.
No. I make it back home. It's 1 a.m, whatever. And I was originally gonna think about maybe picking up some extra like work here and
On
there
the
to
weekend?
get some, because I wanted to make a little extra cash. But like after last night, I'm just like, you know what? just gonna sleep in. I'm not gonna go out and do anything strenuous. I just want to relax.
Yeah.
And that's when I get a invitation to head out with another friend of mine. And I was just like, all right, cool. So we go out, we eat, had some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
And, everything's cool, make it back home.
Is this like lunch or is this dinner?
This is kind of like a brunch. Almost.
Brunch. Okay.
It's like 11.
Late afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, like a morning.
Oh, brunch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like morning turning into
You went
lunch.
to B-dubs in like
Yeah.
11 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. It's weird.
That's weird. That is weird.
But, the server was really sweet. And we had a decent meal. Get back home and... I'm just chilling out. Friend said that we might be doing something later. She goes off to work. But then, like, around 6 o'clock, get a message saying, like, oh, some shit went down. I'm over at this other friend's place. Like, come and I'll catch you up. I'm just like, all right, sure. Same friend, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Basically, they're having a bit of a family workplace drama. And some shit happened, and I was just trying to be supportive. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's go out and, like, do something fun. Though. Let's just go to the movies
just
or something.
To relax, just
kind
of shake off the bad vibes.
Yeah, basically shake off some bad vibes. And I was like, well, I mean, I kind of had a shitty Friday, so yeah, let's just go do something fun.
I had a bad day. You had a bad day.
Let's go do something. Basically. And we went over to this restaurant that was like all seafood. And we had like sushi and linguine.
Linguine.
And, like, all these like really. It was a really nice establishment actually. It was like all blues music in the background.
Ooh, yeah.
And all the servers were like in suit and tie and like all
Nice.
the whole shebang,
Huh.
And so we go over to the movies afterwards, and we went and saw The Eternals.
Oh, yeah.
Good movie.
Good
I liked
movie.
it. Don't understand the hate it was getting. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
It got hate?
I got some hate from the critics, and like some people were like kind of about it. But honestly, like I've never really minded what other people think about a movie I enjoyed. I mean, if they're gonna be like movies like Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman were terrible, considered terrible at the time, I'm not gonna give a shit about other people's opinion.
That's the thing. Some people hate certain movies, and some people love
exactly.
It. So I mean,
it's everybody's opinion. But I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was. Really
enjoyed
cool.
it. It was a nice little concept of it.
Yeah,
I like the I like the figure of what's his name? The big god like.
Oh yeah, Esther or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Fuck, I forgot his name too. But
I know.
The one with the
face. Six eyes,
eyes
and the red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, we call it a night. It's like getting late, and I go to get in my car, and I don't have my keys.
Oh, you lost him again.
And I lost them again.
Oh, jeez.
This time in a whole other place.
Oh,
and I'm just like, oh god, it must have slipped out of in my pocket in the movies.
You remember last time when you said that you'd surgically put them into your skin?
Yeah, well, I didn't have money for surgery, right? Especially after a $200 car tow.
Also true. I'll give you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is about me and my car right now. I'm afraid.
You're just not having it. Maybe you should just get a new car.
I don't know. For the last 2 months, it's just been shitty. But, yeah, we ended up spending the night over at this friend's place. And we all had to kind of like share space.
Wait, so where was your car then? At like the restaurant?
No, my car was at their place.
Oh,
it's just I couldn't move it.
Okay, so when you got there,
yeah, like we were like about to go our separate ways, and I ended up having to spend the night.
Guys,
yeah,
I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I literally could not go anywhere. So
where was it?
At
the friend's place.
So no, it wasn't at the friend's place. It was in the restaurant. Yeah. I was over at the movie theater talking to them for like a good hour.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, so it might not be until like an hour or so later because there's a show going on there. And I was like, all right, cool. We'll just like walk around. We went to like Jamba Juice and just hung out for a bit.
You just didn't realize you didn't have your keys.
And they're just like, hey, so the keys aren't here. I was like, shit. There's only one place I could look like, and then I go over to the restaurant, and sure enough. I just show them my tattoo.
Yeah.
Hey, is there like a set of keys with like a symbol like this on
Oh,
there?
jeez. Yeah.
And then like the girl's like, oh yeah, sure. I was just like,
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh my god, my weekend.
Good thing you got your tattoo.
I know, right?
Oh man, you can
that
like.
tattoo came in clutch.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
oh god, and honestly, like my mood immediately shifted from
From
the
like
shitty weekend I was having up to that point to like that Sunday.
Yahoo! Yippee!
Like, oh my god, I didn't want to leave home. I was like, I'm just gonna stay home. These keys are gonna like.
I think you just need a new car with like
Dude,
different keys.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if I trust myself with a car as much anymore. Like, I don't know what's going on.
You know what
with
you
me.
need?
What?
A bicycle.
A bicycle?
Yeah, doesn't even need keys.
True.
Or a skateboard.
But what if I lose the wheels?
Knowing you, that would probably happen.
Yeah, I mean,
You would lose them because somebody would steal them for some stupid reason.
I don't know. Like maybe I just didn't lock it to like a.
I need the
fucking.
rubber.
I didn't lock it to a like my whole bicycle gets stolen.
Yeah, it's
like
it's like okay,
yeah.
fates are against me.
So clearly I'm doing something wrong, and I need to go to like some sort of like some. Need to get some brujeria done. I need to get some sort of like spells cast on me. Some priest baptize me.
I think somebody cast
some circumcisions. I don't fucking know. Like shit needs to happen.
circumcision. The ladies love it.
The ladies, I'll take two.
I'll take two.
But yeah, that was my weekend, and then just working and helping out some friends here and there in my downtime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little.
That's your little.
My little quick catch up. It was an eventful weekend.
Quite the catch up. I'll say that.
Dude, yeah, that was. Overall, it was a good weekend.
Right.
It's just the car.
The whole dilemma
was the whole issue the entire weekend, basically.
Yeah, well, that's what kind of sounds like with you. Whenever there's a situation, I'm like,
it's a car.
It's the car, isn't it? It's like, yep, that is.
I don't know. For the last 2 months, that's just all it's been. The car keeps vexing me.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Mike.
Dude, I don't even.
Just get a new car. I don't know.
Yeah, let me just pull out some cash.
I was about to say, like, we're both kind of like, oh yeah, new car, here you go, yeah.
No, dude, my whole living situation, like me trying to adapt to just the fact that it's just me and my other roommate now, when we were like 3 before.
Yeah.
It's been an adjustment period.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, yeah, I gotta learn how to budget my money all over again.
Yeah.
So, that's me, bud. What about you? What you been
not
up
as not as wild as that, that's for sure.
I wouldn't call it wild, just unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Unfortunately fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I enjoy it, but I'm not enjoying it to the fullest, At the time I was enjoying it until I couldn't
Until
anymore.
you realized no keys.
Yeah. Like I had a lot of fun with my friend's birthday, and then my car got towed. I was just like, damn, killed my mood.
Yeah.
Then I had a lot of fun, like
that
going
is a
to the
mood
movies, eating food, hanging out with my other friends, and then I lost my keys. So I was like, oh my god.
Right.
And then we went and like got McDonald's before we hit up the place. We tried McRibs, like the McRibs.
Were those good?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. I don't think
like,
I've ever tried those before.
It's like the lunchroom ones, but now they add extra shit.
Oh, so, okay. So it's like
instead of it just being like a rib and a bun.
Yeah.
So now they're
extra stuff.
Now it's like made for adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. The McRib.
Remember those kid meals in school? Now they're for you.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god.
Yes.
The memories. These are like one of the best things to eat at school.
Shit, they were though, actually.
Or the chicken patties. Like the spicy
chicken
ones
patties were pretty good. I didn't do the spicy ones, but
oh, I know, but the spicy ones for me were like the ones that
the chicken patties were pretty good, to be honest. And then like in high school for me, like it was just in high school because there was a different chef.
Yeah.
She made the best spaghetti.
Oh,
it was super bomb.
I feel like it really does depend on like who's making your food.
It really does.
Yeah, because if they're just gonna like heat up the food and not add a little.
Yeah, no, she actually made
a little razzle dazzle, a little sazon to that shit, little.
No, because everybody was
spice.
Everybody was always super excited when spaghetti day came because it was spaghetti, garlic bread, the whole Italian food. And everyone's like, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I never got that shit. I was with a fucking credit recovery school. So, but yeah, like now for real, what the fuck been up to with you? Like,
nothing really. I mean, all I've been doing is college classes, working on my novel, doing DoorDash.
Keeping it consistent.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really close to finishing my personal edits on my novel.
Awesome.
It's 25 chapters, and I'm on chapter 22, I believe. Either 21 or 22. 22, I think.
It's a decent number.
So I'm almost there, and then after that, I have to touch up on my map because I made a map for my novel.
Yeah.
And then I also have to create city emblems, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a
yeah,
fantasy
yeah.
setting, so each city's gonna have their own. Like I already wrote down what it is. Like throughout the novel, I explain what it is, but then at the back pages of the book, I'm gonna have all like the symbols listed.
Kind of like a flag for the place.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also got into I'll say that there's like I have a sequel planned after the main series, and it deals with a lot of oceans and islands, exploration. So I spent a lot of time over the weekend drawing out the maps, all the maps of the islands. Not
Right.
all. I have 2 left to do,
Oh wow.
and there's like a total of like 8 or 9 of them or something like that.
Oh wow. So you've just been going hard on that shit.
Yeah,
Like, you only
well,
got 2 left.
I never really drew islands before, so I really actually liked it. It's a different. It
I feel
looks.
like it's different. Yeah.
It looks somewhat different than my overall map of what I made for my novel, but it also has a touch of a different side too. Like it actually looks like an island. So
Okay.
I'm actually pretty proud of it. But
That's pretty cool. Ooh. Okay. One other thing I remember about the things I was doing.
no, that's all I had. So
Yeah.
it,
Sorry. I didn't know if I was cutting you off.
no, that's it. That's all I had.
Well, that's actually really cool, though. I was hanging out with some friends on Monday, actually, after that whole weekend,
Oh, right.
and they just wanted to like hang out, drink, and watch Game of Thrones because one of them never saw it before. I was just like, oh yeah, sure,
Oh.
we can talk about it. But, like we were doing everything in our power to like talk, like me and the other person who's seen it before, to talk
Not
about
talk-
it, but not talk about it.
Yeah, because
Like,
what
there's
happened.
things happening, and I'm like, wow. Looking back on it now, like, yeah, and, like me and her just give each other a look, like, yeah, we can't really talk about it yet. We can only
Yep.
talk about what's happening, not what's gonna happen.
So about 90% of these characters are dead in a season.
Dude, like, by the end of the show, it's like the
I really
Walking
don't know because I've
Dead.
never seen it either. So
I know, no, it's like The Walking Dead with like the main group.
Yeah.
There's only like 2 or 3 people left
yeah, I don't know.
because everybody else
I've just-
died there too.
Yeah, I've just seen memes about it. So
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad, but fun. So yeah, it's a little quick catch up.
yeah, and before we delve into the movie, we'll explain what we're drinking here.
today.
It's
Yeah,
a very different vibe.
yeah. I don't know. I really like this beer. I already had like a nice little
Well,
taste of it.
It's an ale, actually.
Ale.
Yes.
Oh.
It's called Alaskan Amber Ale,
Hmm.
which is very tasty. I've never heard of it
I don't know
before.
why. It just tastes really nice. It's almost like
It's
I don't know.
very smooth.
Mhm.
That's what I think. It's a very smooth ale.
Yeah. I can kind of
Which-
see why grog is all about it.
I really love it though. It's really good.
Yeah. Wow. It's actually really dope.
Yeah.
Would recommend you guys.
Yeah, I would
ever see
recommend
it?
it. It's
Yeah.
very, very nice. I like it.
But yeah, that's our beer of choice for today. And I guess we're at the what?
Well,
Well, we're a
we're
little
pretty
bit
far
past.
in. So
Yeah, it was a lot in the quick catch up,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
there was a lot.
There was a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, there was.
On my end. Basically, so we're at the part of the movie where Joker is explaining how he got his scars for the first time.
Right. But
And,
let's say this whoever's listening hasn't seen this movie for some stupid
Right.
reason. What else happened?
Man, okay, so we got introduced to like the Joker gang at the first part. Saw how they operated like smooth criminals, and then started taking each
Smooth
other.
criminal.
No, they started taking each other out
Yep.
one by one
One by
until
one.
only one was left. And oh, hey, it's the Joker.
Yep. What do you
This
know?
is going to be the main villain of the whole movie. He just robbed a mob bank and like rode away on a school bus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically. And it was I actually really liked the way they did that scene. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And
It was a nice introduction to the Joker.
Oh yeah, yeah. It really gives you like a nice insight as to how he operates.
Mm-hmm.
Like this very like
He's a very behind the scenes kind of guy.
yeah, like he's doing
very-
all this stuff behind the scenes, and then by the time you see him, like when you see him on screen, he's already like got everything set up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In a lot of ways,
by
it's
the
kinda-
time,
In a lot of ways, it's how Batman normally operates. He does like some things
Yeah, a little
to
bit.
prep.
Maybe that's why Joker is his biggest villain or enemy is that
They
he,
do kind
he
of like
works
bounce off each other because
very like
yeah.
Well, yeah, they bounce back and forth between like
Which is going to be,
Joker's
back to that line of like the immovable force and the,
and the
unstoppable force, immovable object.
immovable
My bad.
object. Yep.
Yeah, I got it mixed up.
It's like gravity. All you gotta do is give a little push.
Say madness. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good. And then
There's so many good lines in this movie.
honestly, there's just so much memeage to draw.
Ah, so much.
I'll drown in the memes.
Yeah, so pretty much we get introduced to the Joker, his crew, and then pretty much the
Batman's
introduction
doing his
to
own thing.
Batman.
What he's been up
Christopher
to.
Nolan's Batman.
Yeah.
And he
Gets a new suit.
He gets a new suit because of
He doesn't like not being
what's his
able
name?
to-
Lucius Fox. Lucius Fox?
Yeah. He doesn't like not being able to move his neck.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a straight. Yeah. He just has to
like-
do like the whole 360
Yep.
if he wants to look around behind.
Gets
him.
his new little gadgets and stuff.
Yeah. Just nice and new little toys.
Yeah, you meet Alfred. You know.
Start showing him, talking about how he's like sewing his. How the hell have you not seen this movie?
Yeah.
First of all,
Well, it's just right now. It's just like a summary of what's happening.
everything that's happened. Long story short, like
Lucius right now, like Lucius Fox is meeting with
Chinese businessman.
Yeah, the ambassador.
Lau.
Dude. Lau, there it is.
There we go.
And they're pretty much trying to capture him because he,
Has a lot of connections to the mob.
yeah, with the mob and the Joker and all that stuff. So they're trying to capture him in Hong Kong, I think it is, right?
And also, I think one of my favorite scenes with the Joker is him just like sitting down with the mob.
Yeah. Do you want to
Honestly.
see a magic trick?
Just him like walking up and be like, "Hey, so here's a magic trick.
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Whack!
Ta-da!
Ta-da! It's gone. And the Russian guy's like, I want to hear a proposition.
Yeah. And
He's like, you want to know why you have these group therapy sessions in broad daylight?
dude, we're basically redoing the whole movie in front of the audience.
It's the Batman.
The Batman.
It's simple. We kill the Batman.
Yeah.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
So many lines.
Oh, there's so many lines. Like we
know.
even did that for the
Honestly,
introduction.
No,
so
honestly,
I mean,
honestly, any time to like get to take the persona of the Joker in one of these lines, especially this version of the Joker.
yeah, this Heath Ledger's Joker is iconic. Yeah.
It's really hard to beat
Oh yeah.
right now. I don't.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think anybody could.
No,
could really
Heath
do
Ledger's
Joker better
Joker. Yeah, I mean, I feel like one day there might be a different interpretation of him that I want to see.
There's a lot of interpretations.
There's
Joker
like
already.
the faceless Joker that I would like to see on the big screen at some point.
Yeah,
Because that was a whole comic series where he was just doing some dark shit. He was in like the dark. It was like the darkest timeline of no.
It was like dark. It was like Dark Dimension Joker.
Yeah, and he was doing some fucked up shit and just. It was like just the imagery of it would be insane.
Well, I don't know how I got this blank face. I'll
No,
tell
like,
you.
he had his. I don't know if you know, but like he basically had his face surgically removed, and then was gone for like a year, and then broke into Arkham Asylum, got his face back, and then like got it stitched, or like clamped back onto him.
See, I'm not really well versed into
no that was like
superhero stories. So.
No, that was like in the comic, so it's like, and even then, like I didn't read the comics properly. This is just like what I've seen,
like what
like come up like through the grapevine and shit.
Yeah.
And no, that was like some. No, he was doing some dark shit. And Killing Joker is also a story where basically, I mean, it's been done in the animated movies. And there was actually a controversial animated film about the Joker because there was like some things going on with Batman and Barbara.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It became like a whole thing, and fans were big on it, and also it kind of made Batman seem like a total asshole.
Oh, so he's like a big jerk, pretty much.
I feel like in the comic version.
In the comic version, yeah.
Because there was basically like Barbara got pregnant, and Bruce is like, I should congratulate your boyfriend, Robin.
Okay. I thought.
And then she's like, but Robin's just been here for. She's like, I'm 6 weeks pregnant. It's like, I should congratulate Robin. He's like, but he's only been here for 3 weeks. And then he's just like, Okay.
Oh no! It's like, oh, I don't understand. Oh,
I'm
hi,
just like,
Barbara.
damn, guy.
You
No,
even
I don't
forgot
know. I
about
don't know.
that.
That was a
Oh, I could see that though. Then, like,
yeah.
people's reaction. I mean, like,
Yeah, people's reactions. Yeah, you kind of see. I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about it personally. I'm just like, eh.
I
That's
mean,
the thing about
he is
these.
like a billionaire, so I mean, like,
Right.
the whole.
I don't know.
But then again, like, the way that they portray him in Dark Knight is him being a billionaire, but also being like the people's
Hero, basically.
yeah, the people's hero.
Doing the things that nobody else could do because he's not trying to be a hero.
Right.
He's trying to save Gotham
Yeah.
by whatever he can do, basically.
Yeah. So I guess it depends on the
Yeah.
depiction or like.
And that's the thing with
Yeah.
these comics. Like, I mean, it's all different writers. You know, like they basically
saying,
do like
like-
a story arc in the Batman's story, and then like they're done, or maybe they come and do a different thing. That's just how it is with these.
Yeah, it really depends on who's
Who's at the wheel.
like who knows? Like the new Batman, they might put a new motive or something. I don't know.
I'm actually interested to see how that's going. It looks pretty cool. I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
I'm
it does
interested.
look pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I also feel like we need to move past Bruce Wayne as Batman.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Batman Beyond on the big screen, but that's just because I like
It's because
futuristic cyberpunk shit.
It's because Bruce Wayne has been done a lot.
We've seen like I don't know how many origin movies with like a bunch of different Batman.
So many.
Like
Like,
I personally really love the Christopher Nolan ones. I
Yeah.
feel like it should have stopped after that though.
That's the thing, though.
But
Like,
then they wanted to do Justice League. And it's
nah,
like, I don't
no.
know.
I was never a big. I watched it.
I don't know.
I watched
The
what was
first
it?
one was bad.
I didn't watch the first one. I watched the 4-hour.
Oh, the Snyder cut?
Snyder cut.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was good, but I also fell asleep in the middle of it.
Yeah, so,
So-
the thing about that is it is definitely a better movie than the original.
Oh.
That's as much as I can say though. I don't know if it was like
I didn't even really like
I wouldn't
Batman
really
in
consider.
that movie.
I mean, Batman was barely in that movie sometimes too. Like,
Uh.
and that's the thing when you have like something like the Justice League, you can't focus on one.
Yeah,
I will say
yeah.
that what I did like about that movie is the attention they gave to Cyborg and the Flash, because that basically in the first movie barely got anything.
Oh,
like
really?
Cyborg was there, he did like 2 or 3 things,
That's it.
and that was it. The Flash was there, basically didn't help with anything.
No. Yeah.
Like he pushed
Right.
a truck and tried to save like some people,
Oh, and that's it.
and that's it.
Oh, jeez.
And
That's true, because in the Snyder cut, he
did some-
did the
he basically
time warping thing.
Yeah, he started to like run faster than the speed of sound and basically went to
Yeah.
the past. Yeah, yeah, and changed
Because
the way
that was a big thing.
That is
in the movie.
huge, and that was basically what made the Flash so clutch and necessary because of shit like that.
Right.
And Wonder Woman, I mean, she was good.
Yeah. She had a good impact in that.
She had a good impact. I just really like seeing Wonder Woman fight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because they always have like really awesome fight sequences for her, and I wish we kind of had a little bit more with Aquaman though. I feel like he got the short end of the stick there.
He was kind of like, yeah, I'm powerful and stuff, but like, I guess it's not his
like he
realm.
helped him. He helped in the final bit,
It's not really his realm though to fight.
right? But he's still like no,
But
that's still like he's from it. Like he's from because
Well-
like he's just yeah no.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I just can't put into our words right
He's-
now.
He was used to being on land because of his.
He didn't want to have anything to do with Atlantis at first.
No, oh no.
Hell, even during the Justice League movie, he was barely like having anything to do with
Any
them.
connections? Yeah.
Like all he's there is like, look, my world is being attacked, and they're coming after you guys too. Give me some nice shit. I'll go and fight them.
Yeah.
You guys don't worry about it.
Yeah, which I mean, if I ever do get Aquaman for DVD, we can totally do that because I love that movie.
Oh god, I want to do Aquaman. So
Oh,
bad.
I love the battle.
Hell
Oh,
that was
man.
so cool.
I loved the battle at the end. It was so cool. I was like, this
needed
is
to
so
see
cool.
The sharks with the lasers on their head.
Sharks with the freaking
Frickin'
laser
lasers on their-
beams.
That was like that made me so hype. I was just like, oh my
And
god,
that big gargantuan. The
kaiju, basically?
Yeah, that he
Yeah.
was riding on. I was like, oh,
this is what I wanted.
And like when he got his trident. Too,
Oh yeah,
I
his
was
trident
just like,
and his
this
new
is-
threads. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm like now
yes!
that's a badass Aquaman there.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I like Jason Momoa.
Good old James Wan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, James Wan was the director for that. wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should do Aquaman. Support.
Yeah, we should.
Anyway,
So after all of that, we'll
a quick little recap of what happened.
yeah, let's do a recap.
Basically, Batman just got flung into the mayor's office.
Well, kind of Batman.
Not Batman. It was just a guy. But this is where we get that famous Heath Ledger scene of him with the camera.
Yes. You see, this is
how crazy Batman.
Yeah.
No. That was actually a fun little fact about that. I don't know if this is one of your facts.
Nope.
But Christopher Nolan wasn't even like there
when that happened.
When that happened, Heath Ledger, like he basically gave Heath Ledger a camera and told him like, yeah, just do whatever the hell you want, like with the character and like what you think would happen.
Oh man, that really.
And yeah, he wasn't even like on set. Heath Ledger just went and like did his own thing with the character.
It's kind of like, okay, well,
it was basically
do your own thing and let's see.
It was basically improvised.
That's cool. I like that because it's one of the most like memorable scenes, to be honest. It's because
it kind of makes like how menacing the Joker can be. He's like, oh yeah, people are going to start dying starting tonight,
and he doesn't care either.
He doesn't care.
Nope.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was a very memorable moment, and there's actually a lot of that throughout this movie.
Yeah. Of him like not caring about. Oh yeah, that too. Improvising.
Yeah. Improvising scenes a lot. Heath Ledger really fucking nailed it.
He really did. He really did.
Would have loved to see more.
There's a lot of praise for this movie. I'll say that much.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how much more praise we could possibly give.
I know, right?
That hasn't already been done.
Like, is it like let's say like is this movie in your top 10 movies?
I feel like it needs to be.
Right? I mean,
if I were to limit it to superhero movies, easily.
Oh, for sure, yeah. If it was superhero movies, yeah.
Easily, because like as much as I like Marvel, I really do like the
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Oh no, Dark Knight was huge.
Dark Knight was huge.
Aquaman was huge.
Aquaman was insane.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was good. I don't know.
I never actually saw that one. I don't think
the first one was good. I don't know if I would put it in my top 10. But I thought they did the character really well, though. I was satisfied with the first one. I have not seen the second one. I've heard like some mixed shit about it, and I haven't gotten the chance to see the second one. I need to see other Justice League movies before I can properly judge them.
Right.
I'm actually interested if they're going to do Flash or Cyborg.
I don't know.
I feel like they should at some point. But yeah. You got any facts for us?
Yeah, we're going to go into the facts section so we can talk a little bit about that. So, the first one that I have, so it's about the suit, actually. The Batman suit. Mm-hmm. So, pretty much Christian Bale, the guy who plays, Batman, he did not like working in the suit. He didn't really like it very much, so he was in a bad mood a lot because it says here the Batman suit turned out to be so heavy and uncomfortable that Bale was constantly in a bad mood when he was wearing it. So it helped his performance
I feel like it probably did
as being some like angry
Crusader, Justice, Batman type.
Because it was so uncomfortable. He's like, I just want to get out of this thing. I'm so
I
pissed
need to
off.
nail this scene in the first take.
Like, I have to.
Or I'm going to have a bad time.
I'm already having a bad day. Yeah. Don't test me. Where are the jokes going?
I imagine having to go to the bathroom in that suit.
Oh, jeez. You would have to go, like, right before you would put the suit on.
Like, depending on, like, and they're going to do these, like, scenes for, like, hours at a time.
Oh, for sure. Because it's literally half the movie.
Yeah. And I imagine he has to give like a 10-minute advance.
Like, hey, you're going to be in your suit in 10 minutes. Take your bathroom break.
Like, yes. Hey, so I know I'm in the suit and everything, but like I feel like I need to go to the bathroom. And then it has to be like a 10-minute thing of them taking everything off before we could actually take
I bet it was more than 10 minutes.
What was I feel like I remember like some sort of interview where like he talked to, I think it was Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Ben Affleck was like on an interview and he was talking to Christian Bale about it, saying like, "Hey man, like you're gonna be the next Batman, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Look, when you're getting into the suit, tell him to put a zipper in there, okay? Because going to the bathroom was always a fucking chore."
Oh jeez.
He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, man."
Oh jeez.
I think there was like an interview of that, but
yeah. I bet. And then it also says that despite hating the Batman suit, Bale did a lot of his own stunts in it. although the crew wouldn't let him anywhere near the expensive Batmobile. So he didn't want to the crew didn't want him to
Be in
accidentally ram into the Batmobile.
That's
and
fair,
damage
because
it.
that thing is like, I don't know.
Expensive.
That's a whole piece of hardware and then some.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god. Damn, he didn't even get to drive the Batmobile? Jesus. That's gotta suck. So he's basically inside of this cutout version of it. Basically on a cardboard box.
Yeah, it's just kind of there it is. And
Everything we see of
it's
him.
some green CGI block.
To be fair though, not the entire movie's in the Batmobile. The Batmobile was more a first movie. This one was the Bat Pod, the little motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
where that thing came out.
Yeah, it was either that. He didn't really rely a lot on his vehicles.
No.
It was more of his gadgets and his fighting.
Yeah, he basically just used them as the tools that they are.
Yeah, and his cunning mind trying to figure out the Joker's puzzles and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then
Joker always has time for these puzzles.
Yeah.
Dude.
You might as well just turn into the Riddler. I don't know.
I know they have to have beef. Joker and Riddler.
Oh, for sure. I bet. Who's the biggest clown in this city?
The biggest clown will have to be Joker, but he's no, Riddler's not on my level. Riddler's not on my level, and the Riddler's I'm the smartest man in this city.
Yeah, it would have to go
Riddler
down to
is so
intelligence.
narcissistic, and the Joker has just such an inflated ego.
Yeah,
there's no way those two get along as well.
No, they would never work together.
I feel think. If they would, they're trying to double cross each other at some point.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're all playing the long game.
They would. Yeah, they would think they're. Yeah, they're pretty much try to outsmart each other.
It's going to be those heist situations where they're all oh yeah, you think you had outsmarted me, but I outsmarted you out trying to outsmart me. No, I knew you were going to try and outsmart me, so I outsmarted that.
You know what? I counterspell your counterspell.
Yeah, literally, they're just counterspelling each other. Basically.
Yeah. So here's another fact, actually. It was pretty surprising. So when the producers looked at a number of actors for the part of Bruce Wayne, one of the actors they considered before settling on Christian Bale was Heath Ledger.
Really?
Yes. So Heath Ledger actually went in for the role as Bruce Wayne. He could have been. He literally could have been the Batman.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fuck. Wow. Oh my god, that just adds a whole other layer to his performance as the Joker.
Yeah. It also says Ledger's casting was initially criticized by fans who couldn't picture an actor who's typically a romantic lead.
That's true. He was in a lot of romantic movies.
And Christopher Nolan had seen something else
in Heath Ledger.
In Ledger, so pretty much he's just okay, well, you should keep him in the movie, but just don't cast him as Bruce Wayne. Yeah. And so he ended up being as the Joker.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. I really like that. I did not.
You know what? I feel like I do remember seeing some sort of article about that way back then, because I remember it was a thing on the news or something. I watched a lot of TV as a kid.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this movie was
very interesting. Though.
This movie was on my radar. I was a big Batman nerd. And yeah, I went as Batman for a lot of Halloweens.
Well,
and
it's a lot of kids' favorite.
So quick catch up. Fun thing about this scene where the Joker's at the party talking to people. The guy who reminds him of his father.
Remind me of my father.
That's actually a politician. Huh? That's an actual politician in that scene that he grabs. Yeah. Yeah, that's an actual I don't know what his chair is or what he's does. But I remember like reading somewhere like, oh no, that was an actual like politician.
that can go into the facts.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That's pretty funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, just like kind of like sitting like in Congress, and he's just like, what if I was in that movie?
Who was it? I don't know if this, I don't know if this stuff was improvised or not. But what was it? Michael Caine apparently. When he saw this performance, he was just like terrified of Heath Ledger.
You know, actually, I read about it.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of people were terrified
of his Joker?
Of the Joker.
Yeah.
Like just because of his superb acting and just overall character.
Dude, yeah, legit. Like that's not like Maggie Gyllenhaal like acting. She's just like, oh, there's some legit fear here.
Mm-hmm. like
yeah,
she does
not like this right now.
She does not want to look at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh.
But she's selling it. She's
oh yeah.
To the
for sure. Yeah, no, for sure.
Excellent.
So actually, let's talk about Heath Ledger.
Oh yeah.
So when he was preparing to play the Joker
Right.
in The Dark Knight,
Right.
Ledger locked himself in a motel room for 6 weeks
Mm-hmm.
to figure out the character's psychology.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, here's what it says. Michael Caine was reportedly so frightened
Yeah. That's
by
the one.
Ledger's performance in the scene. In that same scene, Maggie Gyllenhaal was so scared of Ledger's acting that she couldn't directly look
at
into
him.
his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he
That
literally
was legit fear in there. Yeah.
he literally spent like 6 weeks in a motel room studying
I remember
how,
reading about that too.
Yes, studying
He had
how
like a journal that he would write in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how psychopaths work, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he would just study it and study it.
He was like deep.
he sold this like
Yeah.
oh man, like he was prepared.
He was giving it nothing but his best, basically.
Oh, for sure.
It's like a hell of a movie to leave it all out.
Cause I was just gonna say, then it turns out to be one of like the biggest superhero movies like ever, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows Dark Knight.
And now it's hard to like have anybody take up the mantle. 'Cause
Yeah.
I will say that Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was interesting.
That
I thought that
I
was
liked
cool.
that movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I feel like Jared Leto's. I don't know.
I never saw that, but it looked kind of cringy, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm trying to like see if I can toss him a bone here.
Well, because
But-
like his version seems like
It was a more modernized
I was
Joker.
about to say they were
Yeah.
trying to appeal to like the younger audiences.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a much more modernized version of the Joker, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that necessarily translate over to like the Joker's character,
I don't know.
or maybe like it's just I don't know, like the whole like thing
Just
with
the way that he portrayed it.
tattoos.
Yeah, I
he was
know.
basically like a clowny mobster,
Yeah, and like
which is fine.
it's fine,
I
but
didn't hate the look. I was just not what I was expecting.
to be honest, the look is what
Yeah.
no.
No?
I didn't like it at all.
No.
I was like, no, this is literally just like a modern version trying to like appeal to like the younger audience. I'm like, no, that looks
know.
stupid.
I don't know. I feel like they probably could have gone a different. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
what do I know?
It depends, but I mean, there was a lot of bad reactions
Yeah.
on his version.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I feel like if he had another crack at it, he probably would have done something.
hey, so we're at the scene
different.
where
This is that scene
Yep.
where we started out. Yeah. I was in Bird.
I was in Barnum, my friends and I were working for the local government. Trying to, yeah, okay, yeah. So obviously,
That is a good beer.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
That is a good beer.
so I guess my last fact here,
Right.
actually goes. It's a pretty funny one.
Mhm.
This is in Batman Begins.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So this is like a little side thing.
Yeah.
So it was in the middle of production in Chicago. A drunk driver accidentally crashed into the Batmobile.
Welcome to Chicago.
And it's funny because here's his reason.
Okay.
Okay, apparently the driver was highly intoxicated,
Okay.
and when he saw the Batmobile, he thought it was an invading alien craft and rammed it into a state of panic.
Yeah. Yeah. To be fair,
Whether he lost control of the car in this panic condition or was actively trying to fight the aliens is unclear.
dude, honestly, if I was like driving down the middle of the street and this thing is just there, I would feel some type of way about it. I'd be like, yo, what the
Like he's
fuck?
just like crashed into it. He's like,
Especially if
is
I'm
this
drinking.
aliens? Crash!
Oh my god, aliens!
Aliens, they're real.
Dude, no, legit, the Batmobile here looked like something out of this world. You've never seen anything like this before. Honestly.
No, not really. But it was just like, oh jeez, some dude just like
Dude, yeah.
going out
That's
driving
hilarious,
and then
actually.
like
This armored tank just pulls up like...
just like wham, it's just there and he's like, oh what?
That's hilarious. Oh, man.
So
No, you know what I find funny? We didn't do any Bane jokes.
No, not yet.
Not
Well,
yet,
mostly
right?
because this is centered around
Dark
the
Knight.
Dark Knight and the Joker.
Yeah, Joker. I don't know. As much as like we probably give like Bane a little shit in the third one,
Yeah.
it's such a fun meme.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His voice.
Born in the darkness,
Raised
by it, molded by it.
I did not see the light until I was but a man. And by then it was blind. Dude, there was a...
So many people know Bane's voice.
Dude, I fucking love the Bane voice. Anytime I see like a good or shitty impression of it,
I think
it's a laugh.
I think like no matter what, if somebody does the Bane voice, it's always out of a joke.
Oh yeah, nobody's taking
Always.
Bane seriously.
No, that's the funny part too.
Yeah.
Like this big.
He could be no, and he was
Villain.
very intimidating.
Oh, for sure.
But like I don't know what the hell was going on with that voice.
I,
Because he's supposed to be like he has like a bit of like a Hispanic accent. Supposedly Bane.
a little bit. I could see that. Yeah.
But I don't know. He kind of gave him some.
I don't
I
know.
don't know what the hell that shit was, but I enjoyed it. And,
It was very interesting.
If nothing else for that movie, I definitely enjoyed Bane.
It was a good movie.
I enjoyed the movie.
It was a good movie.
The memes that came out of it.
It was literally just Bane.
Yeah.
Bane memes.
And in the trailers, even he seemed so menacing
Right.
as a villain.
Because he was some big bulky guy with a big ass mask.
He's
and
the guy who broke the bat. Like,
yeah.
holy fuck. Bane was a problem.
Yeah.
And then he just starts talking. Gotham is yours. Do with it.
It'd be like if there was like some big barbarian, and all of a sudden you hear, "It's me,
Kermit.
Kermit. I'm here to break your bones." And it's just like "Nah! I
Feel
shall
the wrath of Miss Piggy.
I shall paint the fields with your blood.
Yeah.
Prepare for your doom."
And he's just like killing everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, oh jeez.
I can't take you seriously, but I won't survive if I don't. Yeah. Morgan Freeman does some good work here too, honestly.
I mean, any movie that Morgan Freeman's in is probably good.
Oh, like he just needs to be on the camera and say a few words, and he's fine. It doesn't even matter. I feel like this was the most Morgan Freeman role he's done in a way.
He's such like a what do I say? He's like in this movie he's like a high. How do I explain it?
I'm trying to follow this train you're on. And I know. Like, he's a very smart individual.
He's a respectable man in this movie.
Yeah.
Where people know that he's very smart, and
he basically outfits Batman with a lot of his gear.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, even if like say like right now, in the movie, somebody figures out like, oh, so you're just supporting this vigilante hero, and he's just like, but then he's just like, so your plan is to blackmail this man? And he's just like,
what was it? Let me see if I can remember the line. He was like, you think that your client's one of the most wealthiest, most powerful men in the country, who goes out at night and beats like criminals to a bloody pulp, and your plan is to blackmail this person? Like,
and he's like,
it's like,
I'm gonna put these back.
When you think about a guy, like, is that what you want to do?
Yeah. So he's a very intelligent character.
Oh yeah.
So
that's just him putting things together. Like, think about what you're about to do, buddy. Like,
pretty much. Like, just think about it.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. But yeah. Oh, you know what we didn't do?
What?
The UFO.
Yeah, it's true. We did not do the UFO. Well, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
So yeah. Do you know what the UFO stands for?
Ultimate First Octagon.
Yeah. Well, you're almost there.
Yeah. First
UFO.
You know, I moved it from one word to two.
UFO, the ultimate first origin. Pretty much, when did we...
I had to go in there for a second, dude.
Huh?
Ultimate First Octagon.
You're like, should I really do that? Nah. Yeah, so what's your... do you remember the first time watching The Dark Knight?
Watching it, I was actually like in Chicago when they were filming it.
Oh, okay.
I actually have a little story. When I was going to school, in middle school, one of my science teachers was a extra.
That's cool.
And she was telling us about like what she had to do and stuff. And
she's like one of those like screaming citizens.
She was like a background character, just like walking around when like I don't know, like Bruce Wayne's like.
So like it's like cut, and then everybody walks.
And yeah, she's just a face in the crowd. But I thought it was the coolest thing. I'm just like, oh my god, my teacher's a movie star. You know, as young.
You were in a movie,
dude. As young sixth graders think like, holy shit, man.
Oh yeah.
And I watched this movie like maybe the year after. Because
You're like looking for your teacher, like,
dude,
where is she?
it's one of those things where like I was always into Batman, but like my mom didn't really go to movies much, so I had to wait until like it was available
On
like on
DVD?
TV or
Or-
DVD. No, not even DVD. I had to wait till it was like on the cable
Oh, jeez.
in order to watch it.
I
Or
would-
like if somebody had it,
I would
or
say,
if
like-
somebody would take me to the movies.
I would say like
Nobody ever did.
my parents were kind of the same thing where
Yeah.
they're like, you don't go to the theaters, it's a waste of money, but we'll just wait until the DVD comes out. So
They're like, it's too much. It's too much money. I'm just like,
yeah,
well, I mean, if we bring our own food and just pay for tickets, it's not.
yeah, right.
But you know, it's not my money. So
Anyway,
yeah, that was my ultimate first.
so would you
Or
say
anything.
it's a clear picture or
Pretty clear, I would say.
like can you see like their like 3 fingers, their little pads on their little fingers, or like is it?
I
more
would
like...
say it's like me taking a selfie with an alien, where you're kind of not sure if it's real or not. It might be a guy in a suit. It might be a real alien.
Is it more like an what's it called, like a Night Stalker, where they're like they're weird and they're definitely not human, but you can't figure out what exactly they are?
Maybe something along those lines.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause, like I might have been at like some weird bar, basically, when I took this picture.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. Okay.
To paint the image.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah. A lot of memories.
All right, well that's good. I mean, yeah.
Clearly, I'm almost reciting this movie sometimes. Oh man. What about you, bud?
I would say it's mostly clear.
Yeah.
I guess I could say mostly clear, because I was a little bit late for the whole superhero phase.
Right.
Because I was actually more into Star Wars at the time.
Right.
I was really big into like sci-fi, fantasy stuff. So like superhero stuff wasn't.
As
and
big.
to be honest, superhero stuff never really caught my attention until like recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I never really got into the whole DC, Marvel, anything
Yeah.
until pretty much until I started dating my
Mm-hmm.
fiance. And then she was big in it, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll start watching the movies then.
Yeah.
So I was pretty late on that. But
Oh wow.
I do remember watching The Dark Knight on TV.
Yeah.
When was it? Probably middle school.
Yeah, because it wasn't that long.
Yeah, because it was
After,
this came out
yeah.
2008, so
Middle school, yeah.
to 2010.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Maybe?
Like when I was like when they were filming this, that's when my teacher was telling
Oh,
me about that. So
right.
I was like, oh yeah, I was like in 6th grade when that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it was around that time, like end of middle school.
Yeah.
And I saw it on TV. And I was like, "Oh, this is actually a really good movie."
Yeah.
Like this is like the very few superhero movies that like
You're into.
like I would actually enjoy watching. And I think it was me and my sister. We were watching it,
Uh-huh.
and we were just like watching it, and then like commercials came on, and we're just like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good, right?" And she was just like, "Yeah, I actually really like it." So like, yeah, yes, of course it's good, yes.
Yeah.
And so we watched it till the end, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." So every time that like
Batman or
if
anything like
nothing else was on TV and Dark Knight was on, we're just like, yeah, just put it on. So we watched it a lot, and then we got the DVD, and then Dark Knight
Rises
came out, and then we didn't watch it in theaters, but we waited it until it came out.
Yeah, I never got to see any of these movies in theaters.
Yeah, no, I didn't either, but just because I wasn't really big into superhero phase, so
It was kind of like on and off for me. Like it really depended on like what was on TV at the time. Because
Yeah.
if it was like a superhero thing I was watching, oh yeah, it's cool.
yeah,
If it was this other thing like fantasy, sci-fi, whatever,
yeah.
that's kind of what I was into at the time.
It really dates us.
It really does. I feel.
Like it's literally like we're just like whatever was on TV, that's what we watched.
Yeah, we were at the time when cable was like relevant,
Cable,
which is wild to me to think
cable
that it's
was the
no
big
longer.
thing for us.
Because like what, like a decade ago, it was starting to become irrelevant,
Yeah,
and here we are now, where it's basically like, what the hell are you doing with cable? What are you doing
like
with yourself?
why don't you have a streaming service by now?
Legit.
Come
Like,
on,
why don't
dude.
you have Netflix?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
I mean, to be honest though, I don't even have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're getting by okay.
But then on the other side, my fiance has.
All the things anyway,
Yeah,
so you're
pretty
just
much.
like,
Hello?
oh yeah, I'll take another one. But
But I have a lot of DVDs, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much how I, kind of have that pass, I guess.
yeah, it's a
'Cause
nice thing to collect too, honestly.
It's a nice thing to collect. Plus, like if there's like small movies that not a lot of people know. Like,
That's a nice way to collect some things that and
Right.
introduce people to them too.
Right.
Honestly,
yeah, but
like I never got into the Dark Crystal until you.
all right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then that was. Oh, when was that? That was.
That was like a year or two ago,
Yeah, pretty
give or
much.
take.
Yeah.
I fucking love it now.
I made a whole show about it.
Now I'm trying to like get other people into it. And I'm like, oh wow, this is hard.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, the puppets look weird. I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah.
like just watch it. It's good.
Just learn the lore and
it's
you'll be
Jim
cool.
Henson. Come on,
You
check
remember?
it out.
You remember Kermit, right?
Like it's Kermit without all the childish shit.
It's dark Kermit.
It really is kind of a dark story. Isn't it?
But anyway, so that's kind of like my UFO story.
Yeah.
Is like it's pretty clear. I remember watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Just chilling on the sofa. You know, my sister was
Those
on
are
the
some
other
pretty
couch.
bright lights
Yeah,
on that
I would
picture.
say like, yes, that's a saucer. I
That is
know
definitely some sort of sausage.
it. I can see the lights now. I know it.
Yes.
Just don't abduct me, please. I got things to do later.
All right. Well, what do you think? I think we're at the final verdict.
Yeah, kind of.
do you
So let's go into questions.
Questions.
Yes.
Oh God.
So do you have any questions for me?
Okay. Oh God. I don't think anything that comes to mind.
Nothing.
Well, I guess we didn't really talk about Two-Face,
Right.
which honestly, the only other Two-Face besides this actor here in The Dark Knight was Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay.
So I don't know if you saw that one.
I haven't, but I
No?
know the
Okay.
name.
So you know the actor. So basically, that was like in a Batman I forgot which Batman it was. It was like the older ones, where it was Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. It was Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and
Okay, actually, wait. Okay, I remember Jim Carrey as being the Riddler.
yeah.
Was it the movie?
The movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you
Then
remember
yes,
that movie?
I do
So,
remember
yeah,
that movie. Yes.
Basically, that version of Two-Face compared to this one.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I like his version.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actor's name.
I don't remember his name too. I've seen him in a few movies.
crap.
He does good work.
He does good work. Do you prefer the other one though?
No, I prefer this one.
Oh, okay. I was
This
about
one.
to say, like, are you sure?
No. Like
Okay.
Tommy Lee
okay.
Jones is a fine actor. I just don't think he knew what he was getting himself into.
yeah.
I think he saw like, okay, this is a crazy criminal Two-Face guy.
Right.
So just do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Start talking. I don't know. I don't know. He was trying something new, and I don't think it worked out for him. And interesting story about that. I think he didn't really get along with Jim Carrey for that
really?
movie. I think he just doesn't.
He just didn't like his works, or just
I
like
don't think he liked Jim Carrey as
just as a person.
person.
Okay.
And like when Jim Carrey was like trying to introduce himself,
He was just kind of like, nah.
he was kind of just like, man, like look, man,
feel
you and
like-
I are not gonna get along. So I'm just gonna hug it out here with you. You just do your
Actually-
job. We don't talk to each other. We're fine.
I do remember actually reading about that.
Yeah.
Where they just didn't get along at all throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And, just
They
like,
had to work pretty closely together.
yeah,
for
and they're
that
just
movie.
like, okay, this is a professional circle, and that's all it is.
Yeah,
pretty
basically,
much.
let's just keep it professional. I don't need to know anything more about you than I need to. So yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. Like Jim Carrey's such a likable guy. I feel
Right.
I don't know.
That's what you'd think, right?
some people just don't vibe. That's how it is.
Yes, I guess that's how actors are.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
they don't really have beef
It's
with
just-
each other. It's just if they don't like the actor,
It's just at the end of the day, they're just people. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely prefer this version of Two-Face though, because this guy was out like
I really
on
like.
a dark path.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish they would have kept them alive,
I know.
because killing them off was like,
I know.
which I get was like to set up for the third movie,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel like they could have done a lot more.
I just-
I would have liked to have seen more of this Two-Face.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Where is Harvey Dent?
Well, that's
No,
joking,
I
but no,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, just the way that he did his character was really good in this movie.
All right. What about you? You got any questions?
Got any questions? Let me think. Oh, I don't think I have any questions. To
Oh
be
wow, this is a
honest.
rare.
I know it's a very rare
Where I have a
thing.
question and you do not.
Okay, this might be an obvious one,
Oh.
but out of all of Batman's villains,
Hmm.
which one would be your favorite one?
Well, I don't think I would choose Joker because
No?
Joker's great. Don't get me wrong, and they bounce off each other too.
Uh-huh.
But Batman should have killed this motherfucker by now. Like this guy is going around murdering
but remember
thousands of people.
Remember the rule that Batman has, though.
I don't give a fuck. This guy's killing like women, children, and everything in between. Like this guy needs to go. Fuck Arkham Asylum. He needs to die. Fuck the just no. This guy needs to fucking die. You can't tell me you're trying to rehabilitate this guy. He does not give a shit.
Oh,
The
no.
more you try to rehabilitate is the reason why he's just going out and killing people.
More like if you try to rehabilitate him, it's like he just escapes the
He just breaks out. He's just like, oh, I got this new thing I want to try.
He breaks out of like Gordon's
Prison.
prison.
Yeah.
That's a prison. Like
No, yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
it's a walk in the park.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Okay.
I feel like
he was too easy of a target to like not kill, pretty much.
Batman should have killed him. Anyway,
Or he.
I feel like Ra's al Ghul is a really cool villain, actually. Because the first time I even knew about Ra's al Ghul was because of Batman Begins.
Huh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know
you
he
kinda
was like
got into
Batman's
depth with it?
And then I started like learning more about him, and I was just like, oh damn, he's pretty cool. He's on very similar. Well, basically, top Batman and everything he knows, like combative wise and tactics. But he's all about like, no, these people don't deserve to live. They all have to die. And Batman's like, no, man, we gotta give them a chance to like do better. We can't just kill all the criminals. It's like, no, crime, death. It's very like
So it's
black
like
and white.
Yeah.
And the way that he was basically able to almost combat Batman's intelligence on equal levels.
Okay.
A
Yeah,
lot
I
of the
could.
way.
I could see that. Yeah.
And on that, by that thread also, Bane is also. I used to think he was just like the roided out monster because of the George Clooney Batman, where Bane was in there, and he was literally just like a steroid boosted like muscle.
Yeah.
He didn't have any lines.
I forgot Clooney was in that.
Yeah, George Clooney was
I
Batman.
totally mind blanked on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That's what's gonna date us.
That was the thing.
But yeah, no, Bane's actually really smart.
Yeah.
And he is also like able to be almost on the same level of intelligence as far as like tactics go.
Yeah.
with
Because people think of
Batman.
him as some like big bulky figure, but
Which
like,
he is,
he is,
but he's also
in
have
reality-
a mind behind that.
right.
And we like to give him a lot of shit because of the voices
Right,
and memes
right.
and shit, but he's
He also-
actually like
he
a
used-
significant threat to Batman.
Because like he uses his, what was it? How do I say it? He uses his mind, or his tactics,
Yeah.
to better use his body against
Batman.
Batman. If
In a
that
sense.
makes sense.
In a sense, yeah. Like basically using everything to his advantage.
Yeah. Right.
And another villain who's kind of not Batman specific, but more DC in general, Deathstroke.
Okay, yeah.
He's also a really dope villain. He's basically like the #1 assassin in the world of like DC.
Yeah. He's
And,
pretty much like a Deadpool, but in DC.
Basically, Deadpool is like copy paste Deathstroke, but with jokes and can't die.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
he's like a hacks mode of Deathstroke.
He pretty much he reminds me of that. Yeah.
No, yeah, Deathstroke is basically like a much more like serious Deadpool.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
about all the bullshit.
Like he's just kind of like super like serious, solemn. He's just like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember like in Teen Titans where Slade, that villain, is basically Deathstroke.
Hell.
Yeah. His name is Slade Wilson.
They based it off of.
No, like his name is Slade Wilson.
Oh, for real?
And that's just Deathstroke. They just call him Slade.
I totally missed that.
I didn't know that either until like I realized I'm like, wow, this guy looks a lot like Deathstroke.
Like, wait a minute.
Or like Deathstroke looks a lot like Slade. Like, wait.
Now that you think
His name
about
is
it.
Slade.
Yeah.
So
Whoa,
wait a minute.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
No, he's actually a really cool one too, and those are some villains. Batman
You know what?
specific villains.
You know what villain I really like was Scarecrow.
Scarecrow's really dope.
I really liked his
Yeah.
tactics of like illusions and like
Fear.
the fear and
Yeah.
voices and like get him disoriented.
Yeah, it also kind of makes him a poor thing to fight with Batman because Batman's basically all about like fighting his fear
Yeah.
and using it
Yeah.
against his own enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, turning
Yeah.
his fears onto
Like-
his enemies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool too. Like the whole
The
mentality.
the whole idea of Scarecrow is really cool to me too.
I thought it was a really cool like character that they don't really go too deep into.
True.
But
a lot
like,
of the times he either is like a side, like second fiddle, or
Yeah.
they kill him off in a lot of the animated ones
yeah,
too.
it's just he's just a very unique character.
Yeah.
I guess like
Yeah.
he's not like the strongest one, but he's just like
Yeah.
he's a cool little like side villain.
He has a
in
nice
way.
little trick that he can do. you know?
Right.
I feel like if they were, what was it in the video game where they basically made Scarecrow like seem like the big villain in like
Oh, okay.
the last Batman video game that came out.
Kind of like an illusion.
It was actually more like, yeah, Scarecrow was like the big threat because the Joker had died, but no, the real big threat is the Joker still, because he is basically like infecting Batman and trying to take over his body,
Okay.
which was kind of the twist. And Batman
Okay.
is like trying to fight basically the Joker's influence over him,
Right.
While trying
So
to
it's
clear
kind of
out
like
the
a
mess.
like a possession in a way.
In a way, yeah.
In a way.
And then there's like moments where like Joker comes out in Batman's body and he starts just
Ooh.
like doing some carnage.
Oh,
and
that's
damage.
creepy.
Yeah,
That's
it's weird.
creepy.
It's
Man.
really weird, and he's just like, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
I already got contingency plans for it. Like, no, yeah, it was. Scarecrow also looks really creepy there.
Oh, for sure. No, Scarecrow can look really creepy.
In that game specifically, because like he basically had like attached his mask to him
Ooh.
and did like some surgery,
Like stitched it and everything.
and then he did like he has his like fear toxins and like these needles over his hand that like, and he injects it into people like a claw, almost like on some Freddy shit.
Kind of. I was about to say
Yeah.
like Krueger. Yeah.
He was like he was really creepy in that one too,
Oh, that's
which
cool.
I thought was really dope.
See, that's the thing. You could put like these little like side villains, and you can really amp them up.
Yeah.
You know.
Which is why I feel like the games did really good of like introducing more of Batman's villains. Like one of the villains that actually freaked me out in that game was the Man Bat, where it's basically like you're out and about gliding in that game, and then all of a sudden you just get like a jump scare attack from this thing that looks like a enormous Man Bat. And it just comes up onto your screen. You're like, what the fuck?
Ew.
And then you're like, hold on, we gotta catch that shit. We can't let that shit fly out. You kidding me?
Ugh.
And I was like, well, I guess I gotta go take care of this. Like,
I
what the
guess
fuck?
so.
I actually remember seeing that episode in like the animated series too.
The
I was like,
animated
yo,
series.
oh, I fucking love the animated.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That, and I watched a lot of like the original Batman the animated series and Batman Beyond. That's how I
Yeah.
got into Batman.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And yeah,
Batman Beyond was a very big thing.
Yeah, and funny thing is that was a show that nobody ever even really wanted to make.
Oh, really?
Interesting thing, because I saw like a couple interviews where basically they wanted to make Batman young, because a lot, like at the time, a lot of
Usually-
the shows were like about like these young teenager type characters who were like going off and doing like these heroic
Right.
things, right? And they were like the focus.
And Bruce Wayne is like
He's not a young
30,
man.
40.
Yeah, he's like a well-grown
whatever.
ass man,
Yeah,
and they're
right.
like, no, we can't use Robin. We don't want to
Yeah,
use Robin.
right.
It has to be Batman. They're like, okay, fine, we'll use Batman. How about we just go into the future where Batman's like an old man, but there's a new Batman, and people weren't even sure if that show was going to do any good. Like nobody believed
And then
in
all-
it,
and then
it became
it just
like such a
exploded.
big icon in like Batman's story.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the concept of Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the new villains that came out from it too were
Yeah.
really cool. I liked it. But yeah, that's,
There's now, because like now as you think about it, there's
Yeah.
a lot of villains.
Oh yeah,
that-
I feel like
that
Batman's
Batman faced.
own world, like his own self-contained world, is
Yeah.
so big. That's why like games or movies or
Yeah.
things like that are so like can work really well if they're
Yeah.
done right.
Yeah.
And whereas opposed to like a Superman or
Yeah.
even like, I mean, the Flash has some good
Like-
ones, but a lot of it's just like other speedsters.
Yeah.
If you look at the series, but you know, you just look at that.
But like the thing is, like with Batman, there's a variety of
Yeah.
of villains. Like
Was
they
it-
each
we
have
got,
their own specific thing.
So the Joker's like on the top of the list, or whatever.
Right.
There's the Penguin.
Right,
There is Scarecrow. There is
Bane,
Bane. Killer Croc. who-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. that,
Yeah.
that guy was there too.
Oh.
Mad Hatter is a villain. He's a very like niche villain. Where
Okay,
basically
I was
he
gonna
has
say,
like a
I
lot
don't
of
think I
these.
remember that one.
His whole thing is like these brain therapy things where
Okay.
he's basically taking over people's minds. Making
Well,
them
Mad
think.
Hatter. I can
He's
see
like on
that.
some Alice in Wonderland shit, basically.
But to say Mad Hatter, yeah.
Yeah, and that's also because of the video games that I learned about him. Ra's al Ghul. He just has like a variety of enemies that he's fighting.
Yeah.
And
I
is
feel
learning
like
against.
that's kind of why his own little like
World.
niche, really expanded.
It feels like a whole other universe, basically. It feels
you
so
can-
big.
You can do a lot with different villains against one hero, and then like that one hero still ends up like defeating them in some way.
Yeah, and a lot of I don't know. I feel like maybe this is just me not being as well versed, but I feel like Superman doesn't have a lot of threats outside of other Kryptonians,
I feel like
Kryptonite, and Doomsday.
Any
Lex Luthor, yeah, because he's smarter than him,
right?
but nothing seriously is going to take down Superman.
Yeah, I mean anything Earth based, probably not.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's really hard.
Without kryptonite.
You're kind of not going to do anything to him.
Yeah.
You can probably like outwit him.
That's kind of like it's why he's kind of overpowered.
Yeah, but even then, that's
big,
fine in its own way. It's just
yeah.
It kind of makes the stories feel a bit more predictable.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I like the Injustice storyline, where Superman is like the villain after like his wife dies and kills the Joker, and he just starts going down a path of like no crime. Everybody has to. Any crime is punishable by death.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna stop going to war.
Yeah.
Like he basically becomes like a full-on global dictator.
Yeah.
And is like the main villain in that universe.
Right. I can.
Which is what made the Superman story like even more interesting. It's like, oh wow, this person who's like viewed as like the ideal hero could potentially be like the greatest threat.
The ultimate villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Batman knew that right away. He's just like,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna have some kryptonite in my back pocket for that shit.
Pocket sand.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god, if he made like a pocket sand version of kryptonite, you know how much that would fuck up Superman? Holy fuck!
Pocket kryptonite.
Gets in his eyes and shit. Like, holy shit.
He'd be blinded for so long.
Like he would only need like a few minutes to like, and I mean, this is the thing. This is where my Batman nerd just comes out. Like,
yeah, that's fine.
I saw the Dark Knight Rises, the animated series, where like Bruce Wayne is like a much older man, basically like borderline retiring, but he comes out of retirement. Basically, in like part 2 of that movie, there were like 2 movies. Part 1's like him coming out of retirement. Part 2 is like him having to fight Superman, like old Bruce, prime Superman.
Right.
Where Superman's basically become like the president's lapdog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does whatever the president says, and the president's doing like some shady shit. And Bruce Wayne's like, nah, you guys aren't gonna do anything in my town.
No.
And Superman has to like intervene for reasons, and then they have to fight. And Batman like ends up kicking his ass because he takes some kryptonite and starts shooting him like, all right, for these like few minutes, I'm going to teach you what it means to be a man in this world. And he just kicks the crap out of Superman here. And gives him like this really epic monologue.
Yeah.
It was such a cool little story. And then he has to like, fake his death.
Right.
Well, he dies.
Quote unquote dies.
And then is basically training like a new generation of Batmen, like a huge ass group. That would
might as well.
Like, I mean, Batman's like, and also Green Arrow makes an appearance there as like an older Oliver Queen.
Really?
Oliver Queen is basically like Green Arrow is basically like Batman with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that.
Yeah.
Which I feel is kind of the reason why they get along as well as they do. And he also helps out with like training new recruits, basically. And I don't know. It was a really cool storyline. I liked it a lot. I like a lot of Batman shit.
It's good. Yeah, that's good though.
I feel like. Whew.
Ooh, you got it all out of you.
No. I got more, but I'll stop right there.
Okay. For the sake of the audience, stop.
No, yeah, it's just me talking about all these things that you don't have any idea about.
No.
I definitely recommend if you ever get the chance to check out any of them.
I would, but like it just.
I don't know. It's not as big for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was never huge into superheroes. I was always into like the fantasy fiction stuff. So like pretty much like everything that you would know about like Batman, Bruce Wayne would be like me knowing stuff about the Silmarillion.
True.
So I mean, like,
Oh, true.
you wouldn't know much about Silmarillion.
I know, like, I wouldn't say like I have like a good like as in depth of a history as you with the Silmarillion with
Right.
Batman.
Yeah.
I feel like with me, it's more like I have like a decent
okay.
amount of like a lot of different things.
Okay.
Batman being like just one of the bigger ones
Okay.
I can draw upon because I've seen so many movies and played so many games. But yeah, I feel like I don't know anybody who knows shit about Lord of the Rings like you do, man. Like, yeah, at some point we're gonna get.
There's a lot of people like that, but you know, I'm just one of the few who I just consider myself like just like a basic fan of Lord of the Rings because I know that there's people out there.
I'm more of a casual fan, I feel.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're more of like you know
like enjoy them and everything.
You know the Lord of the Rings based on the movies.
Yeah.
And that's like a casual fan. And then there's like lore-based fans who go into
I've
Middle Earth,
like read like all the
Lord of the
books and
Rings,
stuff,
Hobbit, Silmarillion, all the history of Middle Earth. I have that over there.
At some point
Unfinished
we're gonna make that an episode. At some point.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like,
to be honest,
it's literally just gonna be me playing audience.
to be honest,
disagreeing with some of the things you're saying, where I'm just like, yes, you're right.
To be honest, I feel like the Lord of the Rings episode is gonna be so long.
Oh yeah, like
It's just gonna be going on.
We're gonna have to take a weekend.
we're gonna have like a special drink.
Yeah,
we're gonna have like Kraken rum because that's my favorite drink.
Yeah,
we're gonna
favorite.
be like super expanded
you're
on the
so
lore.
Trash, just like you're so.
I'm gonna be like
the thing that happened in the third age.
You know, remember when in the first age in the Silmarillion this happened? This connects to the third age.
I'm just over there with my beard, like, you don't say.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna after that long rant, we're gonna go into the ratings.
Yeah. Ratings is something we gotta get into.
Ratings.
Okay.
So this came out in 2008.
Yes.
So we're gonna say one clown out of 2008 clowns. Bats. We'll do bats.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do bats. One bat out of 2008 bats. How good is this movie? You know what they call a flock of bats?
Oh, what do they call a flock of bats?
I don't know. I was hoping you would know.
Damn, I feel like there's a word out there.
It's called colony. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's a word out there for it.
There probably is.
Damn,
I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
actually
it's
curious.
just flock.
No,
Maybe it's
I mean,
herd.
they don't call it like a flock of crows. They call it a murder of crows.
That's true. Yeah.
Because
For bats, it's called killing. I don't know.
I feel like that. I'm curious, but I'll say I'll give it like
out of 2008. 3008.
There's a lot of good here.
Oh.
I don't know, because it's so self-contained between Batman and Joker. I will only take off points only because Batman Origins
because of your knowledge of Batman
have been done so many times, and I feel like it really should have if this was like the last like Bruce Wayne Batman movie, it probably would have been perfect.
A higher rating.
Even if like Dark Knight Rises was like the last one, it still would have been pretty high. Because I feel like there's so much more to Batman than just Bruce Wayne. Like, but I'll give it like a good 19.
Like even 1900.
1900.
That's it. 1900.
1900 out of 2008 bats.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Because this is just coming from me, who's
someone
who has seen so many. I've seen Bruce Wayne's parents die so many times. I'm ready to move on to like the next generation.
Like, okay, what happened?
I'm ready to look at like this other version of Batman. I'm ready to look at like a different live action version of like the Owlman, where it's like the evil version of Batman of the Injustice.
Owlman?
Yeah, the Owlman is like a parallel Batman.
That's cool.
Where basically he is going around like killing people. Like he's basically Batman, but he murders.
So he has the skills of Batman,
Yeah.
but he just kills people.
Yeah, he kills people, and basically the whole Justice League are straight up villains and murderers.
The Injustice League.
It's actually called the Injustice Syndicate. Superman's called Ultraman. And there's like
the Ultra Codex.
And there's like I forgot what they called this Flash there. It wasn't the Flash. It was
Probably
something else.
the Dash.
It was something. It was actually something kind of clever, but like,
Yeah.
Batman was like doing some like he actually there was a scene in that animated movie where like that world's version of the Flash.
Yeah.
He basically used him to be like a living battery, so that he could transport into like this other world,
Like a
where
realm?
like all the dimensions were first started, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And the Owlman's trying to like blow it up and kill everybody because he just doesn't care.
Oh.
Yeah, he's that.
So he's trying to kill the universe,
the multiverse.
the multiverse,
Yeah,
and start everything over.
like he's just trying to kill everybody.
Jeez.
And
Yeah, that goes pretty far.
and yeah, so the Batman basically convinces the Flash to not be the battery, to let this other guy be the battery because he's faster, quote unquote. He basically wanted this version of the Flash to die so that their version of the Flash wouldn't die.
Right.
Because he's like, look, this guy's bad. Like, I'm not going to make my Flash, knowing that he's going to die, I'm not going to let him die.
Right.
So if I have to do something dark here, I'm going to let this other guy do one good thing with his life and be, like, a key factor in saving the multiverse here. And let him die. Yeah, that's where, like, Batman starts to get a little, like,
On the fence there.
And it was also a pretty cool storyline, too. See, more of my Batman
Yep.
nerd
Yeah, there you go.
starts
Yeah.
coming out.
See, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things. And I'm starting to know a little bit more about Superman. I decided,
Yeah. Might as well give him a try.
Might as well give him a try. The Flash is really cool. I've always liked the Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder Woman was always dope because I just love fucking the thought of like Amazons fighting like these gods and shit,
Yeah.
swords and shield. I mean, it's like that fantasy bit for me.
The
mythology,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, here she is in the modern day with a sword and shield, and
Yep.
yeah, I was like, I am with it.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's a pretty good rating, though.
But yeah, that's my rating. So
Good rating. I like it. Trying to think of mine.
yeah,
Because it's a very good movie. I really love it. And I don't have the extensive knowledge as you do about
Right.
the Batman.
right.
The Batman.
The Batch. that was another animated series too. The
I
Batman.
I bet.
And that one, the Joker looked wild as hell. He was very acrobatic there.
That's,
Like, yeah,
yeah.
it was a weird one.
Very
Anyway,
sly character. I'm trying to think. Because there's a lot of movies that I really like. Oh, jeez, I don't really know. Dark Knight. I'm gonna give it a nice 1890.
Okay.
1890 out of
Yeah.
2008.
yeah,
Because
That's fair.
yes, I really love this movie. It's a
Yeah.
very good movie. But at the same time, as you know, like mentioned, I prefer like the
More-
fantasy
yeah.
section.
it's not so
Fantasy.
much your.
It's not my vibe.
Not your
I
vibe,
guess, but like
It's
I
still
can
enjoyable
I can appreciate
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's
performance. Yeah.
performance of the Joker
Yeah.
and Two-Face, how he pretty much it's his origins as well.
Yeah,
in
actually,
this
like how
movie.
they
In this movie.
portrayed him there. Yeah,
It's a very like
how he
okay,
basically was like this upstanding figure.
and then just
He
brought
just-
low.
Yeah, brought low.
Like I was like, oh, that's a really good.
yeah,
It's a really good character flaw, pretty much.
Mhm.
So it's like, just like I feel like this movie really brought the villains out in a very unique way.
yeah.
So that's what I like about this movie. So
It's pretty dope. I think
Yeah.
that's a fair rating, honestly.
yeah.
Oh,
just,
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Yeah. As,
I thought he was really good for Commissioner Gordon. I
Yeah.
thought he was really cool.
He did a
kinda
good job.
I kind of wish he had a little bit more, honestly. But
To be
it's also,
honest, yeah.
it's also hard because, like, what are you gonna have him do?
What?
Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say against.
It's mainly gonna the focus is gonna be the Batman, the Joker,
Yeah.
and like or the Batman and whatever the hell he's facing. Like,
They did put a nice little like his importance is him sending out his officers
Yeah.
to one spot or the other and trying to
Yeah.
like, chase the Joker away
I
from
mean,
one
he's
location.
still relevant to the movie, especially like
yeah,
at the
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
It was like a big thing that happened. Yeah.
Especially at the end.
So yeah, I feel like as much as I would have liked a little bit more, I mean, he did good.
He
It
had
was-
a good
It was
impact.
it was a good impact. So.
The impact he had in this movie was pretty good. Yeah.
And actually, what was it?
And they portrayed him as a very like a really good guy. Like just overall
Yeah.
like Like he's fighting for his city. Like you know he is.
He's the one good cop in a very corrupt Gotham.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much like that. Yeah.
Which also, here goes my Batman knowledge.
There's another
so
alternate
thing
version.
about a different version of
Gordon.
The
He doesn't
main
care.
guy. No, the main guy in Breaking Bad, Walter White.
Yeah.
He did the voice for one of the Gordons.
Gordon?
In one
Really?
of the movies. It was like in a Batman Year One. Basically, when Batman and Jim Gordon first start to get to know each other.
Oh, sure.
So like Batman's basically like the vigilante. The police are hunting after him, and yeah, I thought he actually did a really. It actually showed you a little bit more about what Gordon was all about.
Okay.
It was more like through his perspective and seeing Batman become a thing.
Sure.
So it was actually a really well done movie. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
so
good
much
for
to talk
different.
about, yeah.
It's good for like it's not even like a Batman focused movie. I feel like it just adds more to Jim Gordon and
It's very
Gotham.
Much, it's very much the lore
Yeah.
of Batman's environment, I guess you could say.
Basically, yeah. Which just adds more to Batman at the end of the day.
Yeah. Which is why he gets most of the
See,
popularity.
this is what these movies got to do more. Like, it's not just about the main
about
like,
him fighting a villain.
There's more. There's more going on around him too.
Yes,
like there's other things to look at, and
like what allies does
other
he make?
focuses.
What other enemies does he make?
Like Lucius Fox, I
Yeah.
think has like I don't know if it was like his son or some sort of relative of his who basically becomes the Batwing, another superhero. Who basically is like a Batman with like wings and is able to fly around and like more technologically savvy, I guess.
Because it's Lucian Fox's
Like I forgot it was like his son or something. I
Like
just
a
remember
rel-
it.
like
Yeah,
a-
I'm just
he's
going off the
related.
top. I had a few drinks. I'm going off the top of my head here. And I mean, there's so many other members of the Bat family. Like I think
Right.
before we started filming, I was talking about like, well, there was not just Bruce Wayne, but there was Dick Grayson as the original Batman or original Robin. Now the Nightwing. There's Tim Drake, Jason Todd, who was like the second Robin after Dick Grayson, but then becomes the Red Hood after he gets quote unquote murdered by the Joker. And basically comes back, he's like, nah, criminals gotta die. Like he's like the one member of the family that's like shooting criminals.
Yeah, like
he has a gun
like,
and shit.
Nah, you know,
And he wears like this.
screw.
He wears like this really cool mask, like a red mask, and also has ties to the Joker, the red mask. There's Tim Drake, one of like the more like commonly like Robin figures. There's Damian Wayne, who's like literally the son of Batman. Cassandra Cain, Barbara Gordon, Batgirls, and Batwoman.
Okay.
There's
so much,
and there's more still that I don't
it's
even
pretty
remember
much
right
it's
now.
pretty much the extended universe of Star Wars, but
Batman.
in Batman.
It's just Gotham.
Extended Batverse.
Honestly, Gotham is like its own little course.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. And there's like a daylight. There's like a hero for the daytime too in the Bat family. I forgot what he was called. I just learned about him.
Crowman,
I don't even remember.
Raven Man. I don't know.
I don't even remember. He has like
Pigeon Man.
He had like some meta superpowers, and then there was another one called Bluebird, who's more about like a specific part of Gotham called the Narrows, which is kind of like this poor area, and she's all about like engineering and technology.
Okay.
Also, she's really cool. She has like this like electromagnetic shotgun type thing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I think
Is that all of it?
I think right now that's as much as I should say, because if not, man, like I'm gonna really drive myself up.
Yeah.
So I think for now,
I think Batman
is as
is
dry
dried
as
out
we can let
as
him
much
be
as
right
we
now.
can. No, that's good though.
Otherwise,
so.
that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
But anyway, guys,
Yeah.
I don't even know what movie we're gonna watch next.
We don't know. We'll decide for the next
we never
week.
know.
Also, as a little note, on my side of, not really my side of the uploading of episodes.
Yes.
Apparently the app that I use, it's not allowing me to upload for some reason. So this episode, or well, both the D&D Talks D&D plus the big episode might come a little late.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, I'm not really sure, because really on their end,
Why?
I don't know.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
So
in case you needed
these
a 10-minute mark.
yeah, these episodes might come a little bit late, just for reasons that I don't even know. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But
Yeah, the app's acting a little funky.
the app's acting funky. I'm emailing them back and forth, wondering why I can't
Yeah.
upload an episode.
I feel like we
so.
need to start figuring out how to like do Spotify or iTunes.
Yeah, we might expand because we're I guess I could say like right now we're on the Castbox app, but we're nearing the 50 listener mark. So I feel like we could probably expand to like Spotify
Bigger,
or Apple, but
more available. Yeah.
I need to figure out how to expand it. So we'll see how
It's
that
gonna be a
goes.
day of research.
Yeah, pretty much. So just a little update.
Yeah,
I guess. But other than that, I think Batman in general is all tried out.
pretty dry. Not entirely, but pretty dry.
and I gotta relieve myself like none other.
Oh,
so.
dude, yeah, you know what?
Woo!
Yeah,
Okay.
y'all,
You know
y'all,
what?
y'all get the fuck out.
Bye!
Bye!